What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm gonna show you the technicalities of this 25-foot Kenway four-way wire. The wiring kit I just bought. I'm actually trying to rewire this whole trailer, so I bought this four-way just to have the extra wire. And instead of buying a full 7-pin harness, I can just buy this for $13.99 because I'm cheap. And you know, it does the same thing. They're copper wire and they're 14 gauge, which is pretty thick for what it is. I was watching some videos on what this red wire was, and there's really not many on this specific harness, but here on the diagram you actually see what each of these wires do. So the brown, you know, goes to the running, and the yellow is left hand, and right hand for the green. And then here in hidden print, you see the red one. So the red wire is for 80-inch and wider trailers. Thank God I didn't say 80 foot, because I've been saying 80 foot this whole time. And this trailer is actually wider than 80 inches, so it's meant for this. But like I said, I'm using it a little bit differently. I'll explain that at the end just so you guys can see. But so now let's get to the technicals. We have, here's my ground. I actually made a thicker ground just so that it's that thick copper instead of this flimsy, you know, bendable. This one is hard to bend. And with these trailers, they sit outside and absorb all the weather, and the grounds tend to go bad real fast, so I just use a thicker wire. But besides the point. So green here is for the right turn and brake. The brown is for the running lights. Sorry, brain fart. And here the yellow is for the left turn and brake. So we see this red wire and we're like, what does this go for? So this red wire is actually an extension of the brown wire. So if you have a really wide trailer and you want to add side signals and all that good stuff, if you see here, I have a wire, a green thick wire, just like this one, just like this red copper one. Sorry, no focus, but whatever, you get the point. I use that to run the brown, which is supposed to technically be brown if you bought a 7-pin wiring harness, but it's not on my end. So this red one, let me zoom back out. What this red one here is for the side markers. So you have one side marker there. I have one that runs, if you look, let me zoom in. If you look there, there's a hole, and the brown wire is coming out. That runs to the other side marker that is on top of the trailer. And then there are side markers on the back of the trailer where the taillights are also. So this red wire is for the side markers. And I'll show you. If you look real closely at this connector, you see the white, which is a ground, then the red, then the brown. If you look closely at the red and the brown, they're basically touching. So what I'm guessing is that it is a 4-pin. Both of these splice into here or connect into here and are for that plug, which makes the red one and brown basically running lights together. So now you know that these basically do the same thing. If your trailer is wide enough, you can hook both of them up to each side of the trailer. Hey man, I explained to you guys earlier, my case is a little different because I have a junction box with a 7-plug harness here. I'm just using these as a wire kit for this 7-plug because I still have trailer brakes that I'm hooking up in a little bit, which this 4-pin doesn't come with. It's just 4 pins, just left turn, right turn, brake lights, and that's it. but I'm just gonna cut this right here and hook it up accordingly here. I just had a short somewhere and I needed the new wire. But I'm still going to be using this red wire as a brown for mine. So let me show you in the back of this trailer real quick. Don't judge my my tail light. I had a pretty large dumpster that I didn't know was too big for this trailer, and it kind of fell on there. But if you see back here, I have the yellow wire here, which is the left turn and stop light. This green wire I have here is the ground. I connected the ground directly to the frame of the trailer. So this green wire goes to the white wires of the light, of the LED. Let me back it up a little bit. So yeah, this green wire, which is a ground, my ground, usually it'd be white. So if you guys have a white wire, that's what it is, a ground. And then the left turn and brake hooks up to the red. Now this brown wire here, which is spliced to this, the side turn or the side marker, and to the black wire of the trailer or the light, is connected to the brown. So the brown goes to the black. The red goes to the yellow from the harness. I'll show you. All right, so here's the other side. Oh, that's my baby. She cuts grass pretty fast. But here, the white here is the ground, which I have to clean because it's kind of rusty. But the white goes to the ground, which I showed you the green wire before that I made myself. The red one here will connect to the green that's running off the harness that you just bought, the 25-foot four-way. The green, red goes to green on the right side. And then the black one here from the LED will go to the red one this time, if yours is not long enough to go both ways. So that red one will connect to this, to the black. It's basically another brown wire, like I said. And it'll connect to the side light and that one too. Don't judge, because you know, dumpsters get crazy. But yeah. So instead of just telling you guys, I ran it through. If you see here the red wire, I ran it through this whole tube and put it through here, going here. I'm going to splice into this just to have it connect with this side marker. I'm gonna run. Don't judge my welds either. This was beads. I just forgot to spray paint it. I'm gonna run it here. I'm probably gonna strap it with some of the nails they brought in the kit, or just drill into this frame. Just maybe one good one, or actually weld another conduit tube. But go all the way to that, connected to this brown wire, and then I'll have the fresh wires that I've made. I'll probably just do another green and another red, just so I can have some thick wires going to the lights. But yep, this goes all the way to your back light as the brown wire. So this is going to be your running light for your right side if your trailer is big enough for both, because the brown only runs to that tail light. It's only long enough for that tail light. You'll still need more wiring if you're going to cross it like I am. So instead of me crossing it to go through here, I'm just going to run this red wire all the way across. And then for these lights here, which I don't have a connection for anymore, I'm going to use another wire that I have spare laying around. Yeah, now that I have it all wired, I just wired it to the 4-pin just to test the lights to see if the wiring was the issue, and bam, both lights are flashing. I know the turn signal works because the hazards are on, but here, let me show you what I did here. So remember, the red wire that you have from the 4-pin is like a brown wire, so they're the running lights, and the green is your right turn. I made my own custom wiring here, so you can't judge this. Really. Try to explain it the best I could. If you have any questions, just hit the comments. I got more projects coming. I have hold on one second. Let me turn it here that I'm going to be working on, because the hydraulic on the drop down went out. I guess the pump or the solenoid went out. I was doing a tree job and I literally got stuck 30 feet in the air until one of my guys figured out how to lower it manually, which is pretty hectic because you have to like pump it twice and then push some solenoid with a screwdriver, and yeah, it was rough. But this bad boy I need to rewire too, if you see the wires coming out like spider webs, and I need to fix that, so I'm probably gonna weld a new jack on there. I can show you guys that also. I got this little TIG welder that, I mean, I'm not the best, but it does work.